are taken in delivery in the demat account, that's where the volume numbers matter. Over here, even if I remove volume, it will not really impact my trade idea at all. So what do I have to do? Body of the last green candle this time, not the red candle, the body of the last green candle. I am including the wick that is there. This is the displacement. I'll wait for the price to come here and give me an entry. So that's my OB minus or the order block negative. I get, so either I can enter here, which is like just a kiss over here, or I can enter over here. Let's assume I will enter over here. So I'll just adjust my trade a little bit. So that's my entry, that's my stop loss. The price comes here, swirls around for a decent period of, decent period of time, and then gives me an entry and then just dumps like anything, right? So it consolidated for a while before giving really, the big move. Now, there are multiple ways to trade this. So some people will take an entry over here at this candle. Some people would want to take an entry after a confirmation, which is at this red candle. And in that case, your stop loss is here. Your target is below this low. And then just look at the move that you have got, right? And you can always see that how interesting are the reactions that come in over here, and that's just crazy. It's a 1,000-point move in about 4 days. Now you have got another example, and I'll just show that also to you so that you can clearly understand that.
Yeah.
So you can see that when this move happened, so I am only considering this part of the equation, right? So the price went down, had a big gap down, and then the price recovered. In this scenario also, you have the body of the last green candle. This is your order block. Price comes into your order block, gives you a red candle closing. You've got your trade idea over here with a stop loss here, and your target could be a 1:2 or a 1:3, and then a very clean move, right? Like that's Bank Nifty for you, right? Now over here, no trades at all, nothing doing over here. Now you can see another example over here. You can see that there is a break of structure over here. What's the body of the last red candle? That's the body of the last red candle. This entire thing is a consolidation, by the way. I can include this entire thing. Price taps in over here, and then just look at the move, right? That's another example for you. Now there is another example over here. Previous high being broken. So this is a long side example. Previous high being broken. Body of the last red candle. Price comes down. You take an entry. Just look at this, right? So that's again Bank Nifty for you. Now can you show Nifty? Okay, I'll show you Nifty. Not a problem. And see, there are days where there is no trade. So for example, on this day my system didn't really give me any trade. On this day, no trade at all. So in Bank Nifty, no trade on these days, and that's fine with me, right? As a trader, you need to understand you'll not get trades every single day, right? You have to wait for the best of the best opportunities, right? So let me go to Nifty. Okay, let me go to Nifty and then I'll explain. So this is like a clean example. Let's go and understand this. So you can clearly see there are two places at which you are getting a trade opportunity. One is this, where you've seen a big displacement. The price comes here. Now don't get confused that this is a green candle. Why are you considering this? Try to understand. The price actually gapped down, and then after the gap down, the price gave you a recovery. So this is the body of the last green candle. The price comes in here. That's your entry. That's your stop loss. And then just look at the move that the price gave. Almost a 400-point fall in about 4 days, right? So that's one example. Now I'll give you another example in Nifty. I think this is a clean example. Let me give that to you. So you can see the previous high is being broken. This is the body of the last red candle, and then the price comes in here, gives you a tap into the entry. So this is the candle at which I will enter. That's my stop loss. And my target could be anything. So my target could be a 1:2 or 1:3 at least. Price does nothing, and then a big gap up, and then the price is sustaining over here. So another great example right here. Let's take up a few more examples on the short side, the places where I will find them. Let's try to see where exactly are we able to find them, and then we will take. So this is another example, very clean one. The previous low is being broken. So this is your previous low being broken. Where did it start breaking from? The body of the last green candle. The price comes here, literally invites you to go short. That's your stop. And 1:2, 1:3, whatever is your target, clean moves, momentum moves, and this is on a 10-minute time frame. You can do it on a 5-minute, you can do it on a 1-minute time frame also, right? Now I'll show you silver, right? So silver, and I'll show it to you on the daily, because on the daily there was like a crazy setup in silver. So I'll just show that to you as well, and then you'll get like a decent idea, right? So the first thing is this little order block. So you've got your previous high being broken over here. This is the body of the last red candle. Price comes here. You get an entry. As soon as you create your entry over here, your stop losses are here and your targets will be above these highs, right? So you see that's your target, and then just see the way in which you're basically getting your targets to be achieved. Easy trade over here. Then you can see another order block over here, another displacement, body of the last red candle, price comes here, gives you an entry here. Then just look at the one-sided move that silver gave. Then there is a bearish displacement over here, body of the last green candle, the price hasn't really come here, price comes here, gives you an entry to go short on the daily, and then that's the area, and this could potentially be your target. Why will this be your target? Below every low there is liquidity, and then just look at this, just look at on how price liquidated, and just look at these big candles. It's almost a 14% down move in about 13 days. Yes, you had to stay stable a little bit. Now if you want to go look at silver on like a even smaller time frame, you can even look at that, like this is the 15-minute time frame, right? So on a 15-minute time frame, you can see there is another OB. I'll just delete this. On this is a 15-minute smaller time frame. There are two trades that I can find, right? Number one is here on your screen. That's the break of your previous high, body of the last red candle before the big displacement. Price comes here. You get an entry. Just look at this. Boom, right? Then you see break of this previous low, right? That's your previous low. This entire region is your order block, right? So although if you want, you can just mark this one, but this entire region is your order block because of this narrow range consolidation. If you want, you can do this also, right? So the body of the last green candle, price comes here, gives you an entry, right? That's your entry, that's your stop, and your target will be below this low, which is liquidity 1:3, 1:4. Oh my god, look at that, right? Crazy, smooth AF, right? So give me a yes, give me a quick yes in the chat box if you've really enjoyed all the examples that I've given you. Again, Nifty, Bank Nifty, silver. You want to do it in Bitcoin, you can do it in Bitcoin also, right? So just open up Bitcoin, open up a 15-minute chart. I really like the 15-minute time frame. It's one of my favorite time frames to to be working with. Because it's just much cleaner than anything else, right? So just look at this drop, right? So this is a clean example. So you break your previous low with a big displacement. You've got the body of the last green candle. Price comes in here, gives you a red candle closing. That's your short, that's your stop. And then where's going to be your target? Your targets are going to be below these areas of liquidity. And if you scroll down, you have this liquidity here as well, right? Just look at this, right? You take up your entry, and then these were your two targets. The price takes its own time, but then look at that. Look at that move, right? So much money to be made over here in this entire move, right? Very clean, very easy, and you just have to wait for the right setup. Now have a look at this, right? So this is another displacement, not the cleanest of the lot, but body of the last red candle, very big wide body candle. If you stick to your rules, you've got your entry here, your stops are here, and your targets are going to be above this high, right around this. That's your 1:1.7. If you want, you can aim for a bigger target, maybe above this high over here. And if you follow the rules, you would have gotten your target even more, right? Even more. If you would have held it for longer, that's the move. Although there's too much volatility in that, but the point is you can find all of those moves. So now, with that being done, I'll move back over to my presentation. Golden rules of the market done. How institutions operate the markets, that's also covered now, right? Price delivery is what I'd explained to you. Liquidity is also something that we've covered. I've explained this entire schematic also to you. I've explained market structure to you. Now these are very easy examples for you. Break of the previous high, big volume, blah blah blah. Body of the last candle, price comes, boom, right? So you don't really need to do anything. And now there are some screenshots that I want you to take before I go to my live market executions where all the learnings are hidden, right? So take a screenshot of this. This is like a schematic, which could be like a cheat sheet for you. So take a screenshot of this. Done.